Let me tell you one thing being on this earth for more than 20 years. Success doesn't happen overnight. And I'm sure you all have heard of this saying over and over again. And this might be a bold thing for a 20-year-old something to say because I haven't really lived my life yet. But I come to this realization from learning from others who have done this life thing for longer than I have. Success doesn't happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in one day. This mantra has been repeated over and over again ad nauseum. It takes the accumulation of your effort, the intensity, the passion, the drive, the willingness to get back up again, to repeat the same thing over and over again, to learn from your mistakes. It takes time, man. And for some, it takes longer than others. But what matters is that you don't give up. Consistency triumphs talent. Sure, you might have been born blessed. You might be blessed with certain skill, certain talents. God might have given you an upper hand in certain things in your life. But the guy who is consistently working at this thing, at this goal, chipping away at this goal every single day, he's going to be the one who rises to the top. And I think social media is to blame for a lot of this delusional thinking that someone can be born and made a successful person overnight. The rise to fame, the rise to notoriety, it happens so quickly. It feels like that on social media. Because what do you see on social media? Social media is basically the highlight reels of someone's life. Let's be honest. We all want to be perceived as being high status, as being efficient, as being smart. We all want to be perceived as being someone who has ultimate wisdom, ultimate knowledge, someone who just gets it, someone who gets it right the first time, and someone who gets it right every single time. I mean, that's what we all want to be perceived as, right? We want to be likable, so we only post the best of the best. The things that we are good at, we want to pick the best moments in our lives to post on social media. You got a girlfriend? Are you proud of this relationship? Of course. You want to show off your girlfriend to the whole world. You want to pick the best angles. You want to pick the best moments when you guys are cuddling together, when you guys are out for social events, when you guys are having fun. But behind the scene, there are many things that go on. I've never really posted any pictures of me with any of the girls, even though there's some really good moments there. But it takes a lot of sacrifice. It takes a lot of give to be in a relationship. It's not always take. What is beneficial for me? Behind the scenes, there's a lot of disagreement, passive aggressiveness, poor communication, fighting. I don't post that stuff. I mean, I might be posting a lot of statuses and sad posts. But yeah, we don't like to post our failures. I've been skateboarding on and off for as long as I can remember, ever since I was a child. Ever since I first stepped foot on this big island called Australia. I came from Vietnam. We don't really have a big skateboarding scene there. And when I was a kid, growing up in Vietnam, I was the sort of academic sort of kid who's always in class, who's always focusing on his schoolwork, trying to pass, trying to get a good mark to please my parents, to please society. I didn't have time to, well, I couldn't be bothered focusing on anything else other than schoolwork. A lot of my friends, they got lucky that their parents care enough about them to let them have a balanced childhood between studying and also extracurricular activities, going out for sports, doing martial arts, stuff like that. My parents, I don't think they care that much about other aspects of life other than academic success. And that's what I was focusing on for so long. So when I came to Australia, there was a real big shift in the paradigm that I was brought up in. You don't have to be a straight A student to feel somewhat accomplished in your life. There are other things for you to pursue as well. And so when I was a kid in Australia, when I first came to Australia, I was really into rock and roll music. I was really into drawing, and I was also really into skateboarding. And I would spend hours and hours doing these activities. I spent so much time, I can't even remember how much time I spent. And I got really good at it. Big surprise, huh? I was really good at guitar at a young age. This is another thing that I want to talk about. On social media, you see all of these prodigies came into fame, becoming successful. But did you know the sort of time that they had to put in, the things that they had to sacrifice, or not really sacrifice, the thing they had to trade in order for them to get to where they are at such a young age? When you go on social media, you see all of these teenagers lifting heavy-ass weights, 500-pound squats, 315 bench. I don't know, crazy numbers. They started lifting at a young age. They started lifting when they were, 9, 10 years old. And I know they might be faffing about, they might not take their training seriously at that age. But it took a long time for them to learn and to really develop their skills. I've been skateboarding for a long time, on and off. But I'm not the best. I'm terrible at it, to be honest. I'm terrible. I'm so bad. I'm like a beginner again. Even though I spent so much time as a child, I got up to a certain point, but then I gave up. I focused on other things. I started focusing more on school and high school. I started focusing more on music. And recently I've been focusing more on the gym. I know these are all excuses, but I mean, you cannot be the best at everything. You have to trade in your time, your efforts for something else. You cannot be the best at everything. This is not to say that I will give up, because skateboarding is an accomplishment that I'm quite proud of. Not many people have that sort of balance. Not many people are that confident and aren't afraid to fall, to hurt themselves in the process of performing a stupid 5-second tricks on the skateboard. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that successful people don't just wake up one day and become good at what they do. It takes time. You might not see it, but that's the reality. Consistent work, dedication, passion, willingness to get back up again after a failure. Don't be discouraged when you see a younger person doing better than you. Sure, they might be talented. They might have an upper hand when they started life. They might have better circumstances than you growing up, being in this world. They might be more privileged than you. But don't take hard work away from them. They've put in the hours. Whatever time it might have taken them, they put in the work. That's where they become successful. That's where they get somewhere in life. So you, no matter where you are in life, just chip at it one day at a time and you will get there. Trust me. You might not become the best of the best because, let's be honest, we are all so different. We've been called to do different things by God. We have different traits. We're built different. We have different life circumstances. We all trade our time for different things. That's the common denominator between everybody. Time is the common denominator. Nobody has more time than the other person. And sure, they might be really good at skateboarding, but that person might suck at math. I might be really good at making these videos, but I suck at talking to people in real life. You might be really good at the gym, but then you might suck at track and field, you know? You are the accumulation of all the efforts, of all the hour that you put towards doing certain things. As always, I appreciate you all being here. Stay strong, God bless, and I love you all. Peace.